Joining us live on Street View at Lunch is Gaurang Shah, Assistant Vice President at Geojit BNP Paribas Financial Services. Afternoon, Gaurang. Thanks for joining us on ET now. Also, a sense as we head into 2013, do you think markets are unlikely to see blockbuster gains in 2013? It's likely to be very tepid gains this year?
Sandeep, our view is that you will definitely see some amount of uptick in the first half of the calendar year 2013. And of course, a lot will depend upon what comes out in the next couple of days as far as the US cliff is concerned. But yes, then you have another big event on the domestic front in form of budget. And I think we all are talking about whether it being a populist budget or it's going to be a reformist. Our belief is that it's going to be a balancing act done by the finance minister, because if you're looking at firing up your GDP growth, then definitely you will have to do something on reforms front and bringing down your capital account deficit. So our view is that you will see at least a good amount of gain in the first half of the calendar year 2013. Post that, I think we'll have to again review our stand as to what the budget has to unfold and of course what the corporate earnings tell us.
Gaurang, what did you make of Bharti Infratel's disappointing listing?
Aisha, look, I mean, it would not be, advisable to expect the stock to gain post the listing, and like most of the people were of a view that it is a little bit expensively priced, so there was nothing left on the table for a retail investor to gain in form of listing gains or short-term gains. So I think at 200 rupees, if you ask me, I would still wait for a little bit of more correction before taking a call from an investment angle on Bharti Airtel, on Bharti Infratel. On the flip side, we do have a positive view on Bharti Airtel, and though we have scaled down our targets from 445 to 400, I think the stock at current levels may be at 310, 320. It's a good investment call, and all those negativities that we were hearing in terms of earnings, in terms of acquisition of Zen, etc., has been priced in. So we believe that from an investment point of view, we'll definitely opt for Bharti Airtel rather than Bharti Infratel.
What about the OMC lot? We've seen BPCL rally quite sharply in trade today. Would you advise investors to look at this pocket at all, or do you think they're best, by keeping themselves away from this space?
Sandeep, I think in all the three OMCs, we are a little bit positive on BPCL, but not at current levels on dips. And what we are taking for granted is that this 10 rupee hike over a period of time on diesel will come into effect as and when it comes in. But what we are discounting is the crude oil prices being where they are or correcting, and the rupee dollar equation, either rupee appreciating and not going anywhere, close to about 57 levels that we saw. Now, if these things play in favor, then it's a good scenario to go and buy BPCL on dips. But what if the crude oil prices in the international market start moving up due to demand-supply issue or due to geopolitical issues? The second aspect is, what if the rupee again starts depreciating and goes to 57 to a dollar? I think all your 10 rupee, what we are talking about over a period of time, does not really translate into any kind of positivity for the oil marketing companies. So as of now, we have only one coverage on the oil marketing company, that is BPCL, but at lower levels. And of course, we'll wait and see how does the crude oil prices pan out and where does the rupee dollar equation stay.
Gaurang, what's the take on IT? Given the kind of underperformance we've seen from the sector all of this year, does it seem like it's going to continue into the next year as well, and after we see the quarterly earnings in January?
Aisha, on the frontline IT boys, Infosys, TCS and Wipro, we have just given a hold recommendation, and those for our client who are wanting to book out in case if they are in profit, we are advising to do that. 11th of Jan is when Infosys will announce its earnings. I think a lot will emerge in terms of clarity as to where does the IT sector is heading to. In the mid-cap names, we do prefer 3 or 4 of them. Some of them to name are Mindtree, Persistent System, CMC Limited and Tech Mahindra. So, and of course, if you look at the earnings gone by, I think some of the mid-cap IT names have done much better than what the frontline boys have delivered.
Gaurang, for 2013, would you also advise investors to play real estate stocks because they're kind of back in flavor right now in the market, and some of them have done pretty well? Do you think there's more room for an upside in the real estate stocks, especially as interest rates come down?
Well, one does expect the interest rates to, ease off. If not immediately, then over the next 2 or 3 months, you will definitely see the Reserve Bank of India taking an initiative and start cutting off interest rates. Inflation being at a comfortable zone or coming down will definitely give more elbow room to the RBI governor. I would not, universally advise a buy on the real estate stock. You have to be very, very selective. Some of these names in the real estate pack have issues with the balance sheet, debt, working capital, projects getting incompleted, not able to get working capital to go ahead and complete those projects, etc., etc. So we have a positive coverage on Shobha Developer, Mahindra Lifespace, Godrej Properties, and Oberoi Realty. I think these 4 companies have a much better balance sheet, have a much better realization per square feet, and their execution is also much better than the industry standard. So you can trade into the other names, but fundamentally I would prefer these 4 names in the real estate pack.
Gaurang, besides realty as a sector, leave us with your top picks for 2013.
We've all been talking about pharma and FMCG for quite some time. We believe that in terms of earnings, these 2 sectors will definitely deliver much better growth and visibility. We have upgraded Sun Pharma from an initial target of 765 to about 810. And if the earnings fall in place and if that's a shade better than what we expect, they will definitely revise the target for Sun Pharma upwards. Lupin is the other stock where we have revised our target upwards to about 15% from the current CMP. We like names like Godrej Consumer Products, though the stock was a little bit subdued today. But given the kind of presence that it has, the acquisition that it has done in the overseas market, from the FMCG pack, we would definitely look at Godrej Consumer Products. HUL, we just have a hold or a book profits kind of a view. ITC, we see good headroom, but yes, there is a caveat over there. The anti-tobacco laws in the domestic as well as the overseas market will definitely affect the revenues coming in from these tobacco business vertical. But we believe that that's going to be short-lived. So there we have a target of about 335 on ITC. Metals, we are quite optimistic that as things turn around, both on the global and domestic front, and in case if the reforms in real estate and infrastructure picks up and falls in line, then metals and cement are the 2 commodities which will play an important role in making up a good infrastructure kind of a story. So we believe these 2 sectors, metals and cement, will also definitely perform better.